minutes away from kick-off for this Women's Six Nations clash, and it promises to be a fantastic affair here at Castle Park, with the tension building nicely. The Red Roses of England against France promises to be an absolute belter in the Yorkshire sunshine as well this afternoon, which is an added treat. Now we've got our Guinness Cliff-Size pundit with us. Let me introduce you to Lydia Thompson, 40 caps for the Red Roses, and of course England international Mr. Dumfries, winner. Lydia, unfortunately you're not in the kit and out there. I bet you're absolutely dying to get part of the team this afternoon, but it wasn't to be for you today.
Absolutely, it feels a lot more familiar watching the girls out there standing here with you right now, but this is one of those matches every player wants to be part of. It's such a rivalry between Castle and France. Always an exciting game, and yes, I am missing now, but nice to be here with you today.
Yeah, great to have you with us. It's a shoulder injury, but you're on the way to recover.
Absolutely, I'm in the same house, so hopefully back out there not too soon.
Let's have a look at the build-up to this game. Last week, a thumping victory over Ireland, what was it, 51 points to 7. So obviously, France will be a completely different kettle of fish today. Your thoughts on the French?
They're absolutely amazing. I think if anyone watched that game against New Zealand in autumn, they showed world-class ability to execute a game plan. I mean, they're a mixture of players. They've got nine or guns who can bring such a high-tempo game. Really move that ball out the rope, which allows them to really get into a team. That really brings some risk to the team. Some of the offloads they're making and their support running line. It's very exciting rugby that they're going to put on for us today.
Okay, so a very different sort of game then to the Irish last week. But how will England prepare for this game, knowing what we know about it?
I think they first of all review their game and look at it. I know they're going to play a few penalties that they might go a bit prosperous, but actually then I think they'll look at themselves. There was so much they did well. They executed the game plan superbly, and actually against a very good Irish side, put away some really good tries. So I think today, maybe I think there's not much they need to say.
C'est bon.
Really nice blend of experience and youth on the side. So I'm excited to see the English girls go.
Yeah, we'll talk about the team makeup in a moment, but here at Castle Park, it's a nice tight ground. It's going to be pretty much a sellout here, which is great news. How will home advantage play out for the Red Roses?
I think this cauldron sort of atmosphere that we've managed to create here is really exciting for us today. I think all the energy you feel as a player, I think when the crowd's really behind you, it's just amazing energy. Like my mum's always like, did you hear me? And obviously I never hear my mum, but I say yes. But actually, sometimes when you score, it's like someone's turned up that whole unit and everything becomes really clear, and I think that's what I'm excited for the girls to experience today.
Well, let's hope it really lifts their performance. You touched on the England side. Let's talk about some of the players, because to use an old cliche, it is a blend of youth and experience. There are some very exciting new players coming through.
There is a lot of excitement around these players, and rightly so. They've really proved themselves in an England shirt, and that's very hard to do. I think when you've got players like
Stéphane, ben on est en stand-by, on est bien, on est bien.
She will be on it, and she will be able to make the most advantage of us. And then we've got Emmy Scarrett back, which I'm really excited about. I absolutely love playing with a player like Emmy Scarrett. Absolutely superb. And I'm excited to know how she gets on with Marine Menete out there today. But then I think there's been a lot of talk about players like Sarah Bird, Fiona Hurd, some really talented ball warriors who've really shown what they bring into U15. So I could talk about everything like that. I'm so excited for them.
Well, we could fill you up, Simon, but last season the French won the Grand Slam. They beat England 18-17 in Grenoble. So how do you see this one going forward, Lydia?
I think it's going to be an absolutely exciting game. I couldn't predict because it could go either way, and I think that's the game we want to have. So yeah, really exciting.
Well, we'll hear more from Lydia as we head through the game. We'll chat again at half-time. So 12:45 kick-off then for the Women's Six Nations game at Castle Park. Red Roses of England against France. You're accompanying into onto the pitch this afternoon in the mascots. They are Melody Chapman, she is age 7. Evie Edwards, she is age 8. And Isabella Hunter, age 6. Companion referee then will be the ball carrier in the 11-year-old Kelly Troops from Mansfield Rugby Club. And please show your appreciation to our guard of honour, medal competitors from Doncaster Needhams, Sheffield and Rotherham Rugby Clubs. Very nicely ahead of this 12:45 kickoff. There's Women's Six Nations clash. Red Rangers of England against France. A look at the two sides. For France, 15, Caroline Boujard. 14, Ayane Gerson. 13, Marine Manager. 12, Gabrielle Vernier. And 11, Léa Moury. 10 for France, Cameron Imar. At 9, Pauline Bourdon. At 1 in the French pack, Lise Arecaspe. 2, Caroline Thomas. 3, Clara Jouret. And 4, Lenaïque Cosson. 5, Safi Ndiaye. Captain of France at 6, Gaël Hermé. At 8, Romain Ménagère. And 7, Céline Ferrer. French replacements at 16, Agathe Socha. 17, Maëlys Traoré. 18, Sabine Arbanon. 19, Audrey Folani. 20, Inda Diallo. 21, Yara Riva-Allen.
Bonjour Cédric, bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous, on l'espère effectivement. Bonjour Laura Di Muzio, et comme par magie, eh bien, il y a quelques minutes le soleil est venu inonder ce Castle Park de Doncaster. On va se jouer dans ce crunch féminin entre l'Angleterre et la France. Mais croyez-moi, croyez-nous, quand on croise les supporters anglais, quand on croise aussi les joueuses anglaises, on sent qu'il y a de la revanche dans l'air. En tout cas, personne n'a oublié la victoire la saison dernière des Françaises à Grenoble. Il y a vraiment un air de revanche, terrain hostile pour les Françaises.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous. C'est vrai qu'ici on annonce ce France-Angleterre comme la finale de ce tournoi 2019. On s'en souvient, l'année dernière, les Françaises avaient coiffé sur le poteau les Anglaises avec un essai de Jessie Tréboulière dans les dernières minutes du match qui leur avait permis d'arracher la victoire. Et donc ici, en effet, il va falloir que les Françaises s'envoient pour pouvoir battre ce 15 de la Rose féminin.
Vous l'avez vu, le drapeau anglais est planté là pour la préparation des îles, ici sur la pelouse de Doncaster. Mais pour avoir été aussi avec les Françaises depuis hier, on sent qu'il y a de la motivation, une incroyable sérénité de leur côté.
Ouais, c'est sûr que les Françaises croient en leur force. Elles vont ici jouer crânement leur chance. Elles sont prêtes, elles sont déterminées. Elles ont eu une semaine de préparation très sérieuse, emmenée par
Welcome to South Yorkshire.
On est sûr qu'ici, elles ont à cœur en tout cas de proposer une belle prestation pour pouvoir faire comme l'année dernière.
Welcome to South Yorkshire. As soon as this year's Women's Six Nations fixture was announced, this was the game that leapt off the page. 14-time title winners England against the defending Grand Slam champions France. We're only in round 2, but this contest may well decide who triumphs in the tournament this season. Both the Red Roses and France picked up bonus point wins on opening weekend, as did the Italian women. 2 games played so far. Ireland had their first win. They beat Scotland in Glasgow by 22 points to 5. And in Lecce last night, Italy and Wales played out a 3-all draw. So here's what it means for the table. As it stands, Italy are on top with 7 points. There are 2 5-pointers for France and England. Ireland 5 as well. Wales on the board with the shared points last night. Scotland yet to register.
Il y a aussi Émilie Scarratt, numéro 13 de cette équipe anglaise.
And here they come, onto Castle Park in Doncaster. Sarah Hunter on the right, winning her 110th cap for England this afternoon. Gaël Hermé, just 22 years of age, she led France to that Six Nations Grand Slam last year.
Tout le reste du rugby anglais et féminin ici à Doncaster pour ce premier crunch.
And alongside me today, a former Red Roses star who spent 9 years with the England women, culminating in that World Cup triumph in 2014. It's a very good afternoon to Kat Merchant.
Good afternoon, yeah, it's such a huge game today. I think looking at the faces of the teams running out, France are very, very serious, very focused. Some of the English girls, just a little bit more smile about them. You can tell the atmosphere is building, they're excited to be playing. And yeah, what a game. As you said, as soon as you saw this fixture, this is the one. This could potentially be the Grand Slam decider already this early in round 2. So such a big game today.
Some travelling support for the French women as well. They are packed in here at Castle Park. For as you say, this match could very well go towards deciding this tournament. Let's pause for the AMs now. It'll be La Marseillaise first, followed by God Save the Queen.
10 for the national anthem of France, followed by the English national anthem.
Cette Marseillaise avec ici le staff, Samuel Chirouk, Olivier Remont, elles l'ont chanté à 23, j'ai envie de lire, contre toute l'Angleterre pour l'instant. C'est le God Save the Queen, Lynn Mangley.
Wins in a row for the Red Roses, but France have won their last 6 away from home. England have won just 1 of their last 6 test matches against France in the Six Nations. Simon Middleton makes 4 changes to the starting 15 that scored 8 tries against Ireland, all in the forwards. Harlequins duo Vicky Cornborough and Abby Scott's return. Poppy Cleal moves from the second row to the blind side with Marley Packer and Vicky Fleetwood both injured. Bristol Bear Poppy Leach starts on the open side. The captain is Sarah Hunter, and a great friend Katie Daly-McLean needs just 1 point to break the 500 barrier. Another World Cup winner, Emily Scarrett, starts at centre. France head coach Annick Ayrault names an unchanged starting 15. Hooker Caroline Thomas scored a hat-trick in that big win over Wales last week. The hugely influential Safi Ndiaye wins a 67th cap at lock, and number 8 Romain Ménager is very athletic. She picked up a brace of tries last week. World Rugby Player of the Year nominee Pauline Bourdon is a real threat at scrum half, and there's pace to burn throughout this France backline. A mix of vast experience and exciting youth on the England bench. Amy Cockayne, Roe Burnfield and Natasha Hunt share 132 test caps between them. There are 3 changes to the France replacements. In come Agatha Sochar, Kumba Diallo and Lauriane Lissard.
Une juge de touche écossaise et Nikki O'Donnell, juge de touche anglaise. Le voici.
Your referee for this one is Tim Baker from the Hong Kong Rugby Football Union. And we are all set to go. Katie Daly-McLean, Sarah Hunter, World Cup winners in this England side, all in white. running right to left, up against their great rivals from France.
La demi d'ouverture de cette équipe anglaise, c'est parti pour
It's the crunch, part 2. The England under-20s beat their French rivals in Exeter yesterday. The men do battle at Twickenham this afternoon. But here, it's the Red Roses up against the Grand Slam champions from last year.
Féminin avec les Françaises qui font
And
comme à la
France come away with it. There's a touch from Safi Ndiaye to a number 8, Romain Ménager. Outstanding last week against Wales. Here's Ndiaye once more.
Et son traditionnel casque tricolore. On renverse grand côté. Camille Imar, Céline Ferrer.
Through her fly-out, Imar, good tackle from Poppy Cleal in midfield.
Bayonnaise, mais le ballon toujours pour les Françaises avec Camille Imar.
Camille Imar again.
Nouveau point d'ancrage. Pauline Bourdon.
Bourdon goes the same way.
Les Anglaises qui sont très bien
There's
positionnées
the inside centre, Gabrielle Vernier.
avec une seule joueuse au plaquage qui permet
England have turned it over.
récupérer le ballon et c'est un turnover
And here come the Red Roses
pour les Anglaises
on attack for the first time. It's Sarah Byrne. She can be a real handful. Went on a thundering 40-metre run at Donnybrook last week, but penalty France.
How exciting was that for a start? You've got Ménager, sorry, easy for me to say, bursting out as an extra strategy for them, boshing everybody over. And then on the flip side, you've got Poppy Cleal and Sarah Hunter putting in such a big double tackle. Those are two players that you just don't want to run into.
There she is, Ménager from the Montpellier club, winning her 30th cap for the France women today. 2 tries last week. Montpellier, incidentally, the winners of the top 8 French league.
Premier lancé
Montpellier
de Caroline Thomas.
dotted throughout this France 22 this afternoon. Throwing into the line now, it's Caroline Thomas who scored a hat-trick in round 1. Here's Imar. Ndiaye. Short ball to Caroline Boujard. Makes good yards up to the 10-metre line. Leach goes in for the turnover, doesn't have success. Here's a carry from Lisa Aricast, 61st cap for her this afternoon. One of the more experienced players in this French lineup. Clara Joyeux. Imar. Around the back to Vernier. And here's Romain Ménager's twin sister, Marine Ménager.
L'accélération là-bas de Lénaï Corson, soutenu par
Lénaï Corson.
Les Françaises qui gardent la main sur le ballon, mais attention.
And England had the penalty this time. That's good work at the breakdown.
Yeah, I think France are a little bit vulnerable at the breakdown so far. They're not putting many numbers in, which means that Leanne Riley was able to kind of pounce in there and get the ball earlier on. And there they're throwing loads of numbers, but just not effective when they're there. So that's clearly an area England are just being so clinical, and they're getting the rewards in there with the penalty.
Yeah, Abby Scott missed the game against Ireland last week. There she is going in, latching on. Captained the Red Roses against the USA back in the autumn.
And if you look at her body height as well, she's supporting her own body weight. She's in on that ball. It's always going to be holding on for the French player. So really good work from Abby Scott there. Clever play.
Good start for the Harlequin. Line out, not quite going to plan for England, but they'll have a scrum for the knock on off the top.
Alors on avait bien lu côté français qu'on allait
so much experience, Kat, isn't there, through this Red Roses team today. Bring the lights of Abby Scott back in.
Yeah, Abby Scott's like a real warrior of the women's game. She's just really brutal in all aspects of how she plays. She's physical, dynamic as well.
Avec Harry Castre, Thomas Joyeux, la première ligne de l'équipe de France.
So Leanne Riley will feed this scrum. Remember, Natasha Hunt, World Cup winners on the bench, having recently come back into the 15-a-side fold from sevens. Early power coming on from the French pack here, but it's forward for Sarah Hunter, the captain. 110th Test cap this afternoon. Here's Daly McLean, cuts out her to Scarlett. McKenna shows and goes. Sarah McKenna in and under the posts. What a run from the Saracen! Sarah McKenna back from sevens and scoring tries for the Red Roses.
She just runs with an air of grace about her. Like she just, I think the key thing is she's got two hands on the ball. We'll see it now, and she just kind of glides through. She's always dangerous. So it's scrum comes out. Sarah Hunter does what she does best. Massive free. Rolls before, and then you've got Emily Scarrett getting the ball wide, and here it is, ball in two hands. goes for the dummy. Kelly Smith outside her, absolutely rapid, and then just a great finish. Pins her ears back and goes for it. And should be an easy kick, hopefully, for Katie Daly-McLean.
Kate. Yep, what are we doing?
2 tries in 2 weeks for Sarah McKenna. Picks up one against Ireland last week.
What are we checking here? Okay, so I got time off?
Yeah, time off please.
So we're just going upstairs here to the television match official, Ian Davis. They're looking at holding on at the scrum. There you go, referee Tim Baker calling for the replay.
Okay, Tim, at this scrum, I want you to see the actions of Savin White. Okay, holding the Savin balloon, putting the hole for 8 White to go through.
Yeah, that's clear and obvious.
She opened the door.
7 Whites hold on to the blue player, which means
that looks
gone
like
through.
it, doesn't she? She's kind of
Correct.
stopped
They
her
then
from being
made a
able to
10-yard
tackle.
gain and scored the try as a result, okay?
So we're going to disallow the try and go back for the penalty.
Correct.
Give me the mark, please. No try.
And could that be nerves from Poppy Leach as she just kind of, you know, just come in? She's trying to do everything she can do to get an advantage, but it's just cost them the try, which is such a massive shame for England.
We've got TMO come in. Your 7 White has held the player. We have the hole for you to go through. Give me the mark, please.
So no try for Sarah McKenna. Chalked off. Poppy Leach, the guilty party. Brought in this week with the injury to Marley Packer, who's running the water for England this afternoon, and Vicky Fleetwood out of action for the entirety of the Six Nations as well. But she is an outstanding flanker. Is Poppy Leach out of the Bristol Bears. Playing a 7th cap for England this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it literally could just be that adrenaline. She's really trying to make her mark. I mean, when you're competing for Marley Packer's position, you've got to go out there and do something because Marley Packer's such a fantastic player.
More!
Line out win for France. That was the captain, Aramay.
Stay bound.
This is a strong part of their game, the French women. A catch and drive at the line out. Still moving forward. There's Poppy Cleal in there, trying to halt their progress with Sarah Hunter. But the big blue blanket is still in motion. But it's been held up.
And
Scrum England.
That's important there as well, you know, because we know that that's what France are good at. So for England to get that and get the turnover and have the scrum, that would be a huge boost.
I need your binding up, okay? Just get a nice
Sarah Hunter knew what she was up to there, wasn't she, all the way down. Willing to give up a bit of territory to hold up that maul and get the scrum. So Vicky Cornborough on the loose head side.
Get your space right, girls.
For England today. Lark Davis at hooker. Sarah Byrne there on the tight head side.
Bind. Sit.
Riley feeds it. Power comes on from France and they've got the tight head. Here's Bourdon with the dummy and the go.
Playing advantage.
Flag up on the far side.
The scrum wasn't as good as they'd have wanted last week for England against Ireland, and today to get a turnover scrum there is just kind of a crucial moment. So I think France, that could give them real confidence, and yeah, to get this across, like, yeah, just a foot coming in there actually gets cooked forward, doesn't it? And then Bourdon reacts so quickly to get away.
Sarah
Taken back
with the carry. Here's Vicky Cornborough. Cleal. Second row last week on the side of the scrum this afternoon. Twin sister Bryony also part of the Red Roses setup. And Katie Daly-McLean kicks deep to Boujard. Played on the wing against England in that Grand Slam decider in the Six Nations last year. Offloads to Léa Mourier. Bourdon just has to dummy and get through a bit of traffic. Fairly efficient with the ball in hand so far.
Lost it now, one.
They're into the England half again. Here's Imar.
Off the foot. Playing advantage, knock.
It's gone forward off France.
Leave it,
Advantage
Blue.
England.
Ball's available.
Sarah
Leave it.
McKenna runs in from fullback,
The ball's there.
but it's Kath O'Donnell who'll carry it into traffic for England. Riley looks at going the short side.
Advantage over.
Same way to Poppy Cleal. Poppy Cleal played every game in the Six Nations last year. Scarrett. Lovely looking torpedo style punt. What a kick from Emily Scarrett. That's what she can do, pinning the French team deep in their own half.
Firstly, the vision for her to see it, and then for the actual execution to roll all that way down there and put loads of pressure on there. So Emily Scarrett showing world class. Soon as it gets off her boot, I think she knows this is a great kick, and it just keeps running, fantastic. And a great chase as well from Kelly Smith, forcing Boujar to kick that out.
I'm going to the back. Mickey.
So Lark Davis throws to the line out, caught by Sarah Hunter, and she flicks it onto Poppy Cleal. That was clever from England, and now they get their catch and drive up and running. Clara Joyeux has tried to bring that down. This is advantage England, bit of a free hit here. Daly McLean will choose the kick pass. What a take on the far side from Jess Breach. Spectacular score for the Red Roses. That's her 13th try in 4 Test matches.
Jess Breach is incredible. What do you want for your winger? You want them to finish, and that is exactly what she provides you. Daly McLean looks up, sees a gap. She's heard they've got the penalty advantage. They've got nothing to lose from going for that crossfield kick to the corner. And Jess Breach isn't the tallest, so to get up there and really dominate, get that ball and to finish, fair play to her, fantastic skills. And all from a good line out, the driven line out to start with.
Okay.
And then here she is, beautifully weighted kick, and Jess Breach just goes up, doesn't take her eyes off it, knows exactly where that try line is, and dives over the line.
Pinpoint accuracy from Katie Daly McLean. And Jess Breach climbing high.
Never takes her eyes off it. She just completely focused. She doesn't care about the French defenders around her. She's got one job, and she does that so well. And what a try scoring record.
So Katie Daly McLean poised on 499 points, and she curls it in for the big 500.
I can't think of a more deserving player to get that, and fantastic.
Well, what a career she's had. World Cup winner. Took the Sevens team to the Olympics, remember, back in 2016. 500 points in Test rugby for Katie Daly McLean. Sarah Hunter.
Last back foot.
Scarrett.
9 hold.
That big right boot once again, and that will roll end over end towards the sideline, and there's nothing that Caroline Boujar can do about that. But they go quickly. Ménager through one. Romain Ménager up to the halfway line, finds the offload. It's a Captain Hermé.
Forward in the tackle.
And the ball's gone forward in the tackle, but what a breakout from Romain Ménager.
Time off.
Ménager there absolutely just bounces into front of her. So another world-class kick there from Emily Scarrett. And then great reactions here by France, because you assume it's going to be slowed down. Actually, Boujar picks it up, launches it in, and then they make a run for it. And look at this here. Ménager bounce straight through, and there's no stopping her here. And this is a good hit by Emily Scarrett as well. Goes in for the shot, but manages to get the offload away. Fantastic play there.
Tackle coming in from the blind side from Sarah Hunter, forcing the ball out.
Sarah Hunter's like a sniper. She kind of just appears everywhere and just like takes people out.
Few running repairs for the England captain. Only our studio guest today, Rocky Clark, has more England caps than Sarah.
That's right, we're in no hurry.
137. We're the most capped England prop of all time. Rocky Clark, 110th today for Sarah Hunter.
Time on. Forward in the tackle of France, England ball. Okay.
So France showing us what they're capable of, given the opportunity. They like to counter-attack.
Yeah.
So England will need to be watchful.
Bind.
Approaching 15 minutes. England with that converted try
Crutch.
to Jess Breach.
Bind. Sit. Hold.
That was a more solid scrum for England. Riley goes to McKenna, the fullback. She decides to kick. Bit of a breeze behind the Red Roses here at Castle Park this afternoon, and Boujar just slipping
On your feet.
in her own 22. Bourdon has it. Offloads to Eremay. Good tackle from Lark Davis. Strong defence from England. Riley and Hunter involved there. Cleal this time. Penalty France in at the side for England.
The ball wasn't out, okay?
She's dangerous, isn't she? Pauline
Into
Bourdon.
the tackle.
Bourdon, from anywhere she can attack, and they've got to try and keep an eye onto her there. And that's quite, you know, you could say it's 50-50 from Lark there, wasn't it? It could be ball out, she steals it like Leanne Riley did earlier, she's a hero, but then just slightly got possibly the timing wrong and slightly in at the side there.
Pauline Bourdon, one of 4 French women that were nominated for World Rugby Player of the Year.
Are you in or
Won
out?
by Jessie Tremoulier, who broke the Red Roses' hearts with that late winner in Grenoble.
Line out over.
The
Inside the
penultimate
5.
round of last year's tournament. Safi NBA was there as well, and here she goes. All 95 kilograms of it. Ima on a sharp line is Ménager. Bourdon. Ima again to the fullback Boujar.
Ripped in the tackle,
That one's
play
gone
on.
loose. Kelly Smith, the England left wing. NBA.
Lost now, England.
Working the short side, France. Here's Jan Jasson, but that's good defensive work from Kelly Smith. Now with the Gloucester Hartbury Club, known for her try-scoring ability. She's got 22 in the Tyrrell so far this season. She's outstanding finisher at the moment, but good defensive work there.
Yeah, she's out and out pace, which we've seen on her kick chases so far and her scoring record, but that's a big hit to put in a player into touch there like that. So
backwards.
Line out overthrown into the hands of Daly McLean. Here's Cleal, finds the offload to Byrne. Big tackle coming in, legs lifted. Got to be a little careful doing that these days. Scarrett now shooting out of the line was Marine Ménager for France, but it's still alive for the Red Roses. Just trying to keep ball in play here.
It's gone forward off England.
It's come off England, so it'll be a France scrum. See what they're trying to do there, aren't they, Kat? Shooting out of the line, trying to spot tackle these England ball runners.
yeah, trying to put pressure on by flying up, whereas England are more likely going for just a line speed connected all together in that. But I love how both teams are offloading. Yes, okay, it might lead to a few more errors, but actually it's going to lead to a lot more tries. So it's an exciting style of play, nice high tempo.
The other side, please.
And here's the first one from Poppy Cleal. And this is a huge hit on Sarah Byrne because she's a big, strong girl, so huge.
Crutch!
Yeah, that was the crucial one from
Bind!
Ménager. Psychology student, Ménager, down in Montpellier, university
Both on
town.
early, okay. Okay.
There's a sister, Romain.
Bind! Sit!
Pauline Bourdon's not happy about something, but gets the ball in eventually. Advantage coming France's way. Bourdon plays on.
Yeah, the England scrum really under pressure.
On the 5, kicker.
Interesting, aren't they, these scrums, Kat? They seem to be wheeling onto that left-hand side whenever France have the put in.
Yeah, definitely, and they seem to sort it out. Like last time, I thought that England have actually sorted their scrum out. It seemed a lot more square. I'm sure Rocky Clark in the studio has got a lot more to say about it. But yeah, and then France taking their opportunities now for kick and touch.
Caroline Thomas. Slightly overthrown, but Ndiaye deals with it. Here's Imar, the fly half, and she's through. Camille Imar. She's got support inside up to the 5-metre line. Important tackle made from Riley. Still alive for France. Bourdon surveys her options. Here comes Ndiaye once more. Short ball to her captain Hermé. How's that for a tackle from Scarrett? Imar again to Ménager. McKenna flings her to the floor.
No.
This is as close as France have got.
Push, England.
Down by 7, approaching 20 minutes. They decide on the pick and go. They got numbers to the left if they choose to go there. Bourdon. Ball's been knocked out of her hands. And you've got to be careful doing that kind of thing right in front of your try line.
Yeah, Poppy Cleall's one of those players, and she's just aggressive. She's in the face of others. But then if you just there when you're already under pressure, giving those penalties away, you're just putting yourself under more pressure.
Excellent break from the fly half, wasn't it?
How does she go through here? Just a bit of miscommunication. I think Daly McLean goes a little bit high, and then Amar, she is fast. And you can see she's looking for that offload. She's looking to try and get it away. Yeah, she's got in between there, and she's going for it.
Camille Imar from Toulouse. Her 10th cap for France today.
Okay, you're both professional props, okay? You
know
where to put your bind, okay?
Beat New Zealand back in the autumn. They're playing for France today, but they are missing quite a few. We've mentioned Jessie Tremoulière, who's injured. The likes of Jade Lepesque, Caroline Drouin, Marjorie Mayans, Carla Neeson, and Cécile Sofani. They've got some big names on the Sevens tour, injured at the moment.
Sit!
Good scrum from England. Hunter has it. Here's Kelly Smith. Thinks about putting the foot down. Gets inside opposite winger Jason. Here's Abby Scott.
Release.
Good tackle coming in on her as well.
It's taken back.
Tatiana Hurd just juggles it. The Yorkshire woman. Daly McLean.
Holds it.
Bouchard spills it. She had a little look.
Bouchard's skills normally under a high ball, absolutely spot on there. I mean, she wasn't under much pressure either. There wasn't the hugest of chase, but takes her eyes off it for a second, starts thinking about something else, and suddenly there's a knock on. But what a huge turnover scrum that was, 5 metres out for England to sort it out.
Caroline Bouchard. She apparently wears the same pair of socks and the same pair of pants for every test match she plays. She's got some lucky ones. Some
superstitious stuff there. And then here's that turnover scrum, and the reactions from Sarah Hunter, just nice and quick, gets that ball out to the pace out wide to Kelly Smith.
Sarah Hunter telling me about her favourite key ring she has attached to her sports bag, and she doesn't have the key ring on the bag. She's not quite focused. It has to be there. And once she turned up to a game and it wasn't there, and someone had to go back and fetch the key ring.
It's all those little differences. It's those little differences that you can have superstitions. I used to have a lucky sports bar. I used to wear.
See that straight for me? I can't see everywhere.
So England with the scrum right on the halfway line, leading France by 7 points to 0.
Bind! Sit! Hold. Use it 9.
Riley told to use it. The power coming on from France this time, but they've wheeled it illegally. Boring in. The loose head Aricast is the call. We'll get the thoughts now of Rochelle Clark in our studio. Rocky, what do you make of these scrums so far?
Wow, I tell you what, France are really going at England, but when it counted, a critical moment there on the 5-metre line, turning over the ball from England, against France, was phenomenal to be able to exit and get Kelly outside the 22. We've just seen them come back, so they're obviously really frustrated. So Luced has just bored in and stood up there, and so England have got the penalty.
Thoughts there of Rocky Clark, World Cup winner for England in 2014. Taken by Abby Scott in the middle of the line-out. Here comes Hurd, Tatjana Hurd. Cleal. Romay, the France captain, tackles Hurd. Here's Cornborough. Still going, Vicky Cornborough. England go the same way. Katie Daly McLean to McKenna. Sarah McKenna, can they drive her over? Held up.
Hold. 5.
Last ditch defence from France.
Held up over the line.
Wow, that's body on the line stuff, isn't it? Going in there, really desperate to try and keep him up, stop him from getting that try. So again, a lovely lift to McKenna. She's keeping it. She's trying to drive, and those French players in there driving her back.
It's Caroline Thomas, who scored 3 tries of her own last week. She was the one. There she is in the number 2 shirt and the tricolour headgear.
And that's clever play. She doesn't just hold her up, she actually gets both hands under it, trying to turn her body to steal the ball off her.
Bind! Sit! Steady!
Still on for England though. 5 metres out. Riley to Hurd. It's gone over her shoulder. And here's Bourdon.
Falling into the tackle.
France will run that out here through Ménager. Safi Ndiaye with another carry. Quick hands to Thomas.
Kateko!
Line speed from England on point here. Here's Romain Ménager up to the 22. Here's Eramay. Bourdon. Inside ball. A couple of French forwards just getting in the way of each other there. They put themselves offside. Accidentally so. It'll be a scrum to England.
Yeah, they're trying the back inside passes. It worked earlier on in the half, but then you know that can happen. Forwards from the breakdown are getting up. They're standing there, and they can get in the way. So you can see what she's trying to do here, Bourdon. She's trying to drag across to pull back in between the gap between the 2 English front row, but yeah, just doesn't quite come off that time.
Yeah, we just saw the previous attack, the ball going over the shoulder of Tatjana Hurd, playing inside centre for England today. I mean, so much depth in pretty much every position with this Red Roses side at the moment. She's got the shirt at the moment, winning her 4th cap. When you've got the likes of Rachel Burford, who's not even in the 23 today for England, World Cup winner. Just so much competition. Emily Scarrett there at 13. Karis Williams available as well.
Yeah, it absolutely shows the strength and depth, because Rachel Burford, I think, would jump into anyone's first team. So Tatjana Hurd has taken her opportunities, playing very well, played great against Ireland last week.
Yeah, born in Italy, but
bind.
Then moved to North Yorkshire. She was on the front of the programme here at Castle Park this afternoon. Local girl. Here's Riley going the short side to McKenna. Denied a try earlier. Kath O'Donnell. Riley again to Daly McLean. Here's Abby Scott. Hands off. Safi Ndiaye. That's no mean feat. Daly McLean again. Here is Tatjana Hurd. She's got Scarrett. Nice flat pass. Scarrett to Kelly Smith.
Release front.
Just short. Still alive for England. They're over the line. They have the try. And it's Poppy Cleal who comes up with it for her 5th Test try, and that is England's 2nd.
And that's how dangerous England can be when they get that ball out wide. I mean, Emily Scarrett, we've already seen her kick kicking ability, calm under pressure, and then there she just has such good hands. Here it is, so Casey Daly McLean out the back to Tatiana Hurd, and then Emily Scarrett, lovely weighted pass to Kelly Smith here, pins her ears back, and then a good spot from Poppy Cleo, comes running in, no one's going to stop her from there, and just kind of barges her way over the line. Yeah, definitely one to watch, and because for reasons for this, when she goes straight over the line. And yeah, nice light touch there, which is dream ball out there for Kelly Smith to run onto.
Yeah, that's what you want your open side flanker to do. Get there first. Keep the ball. And Big Poppy thunders over. Daly McLean from out wide once again. That one flies a little too straight.
She's got over 500 points now, so yeah, she's relaxed, that one.
Dummy running, okay, taking the girl out.
Poppy Cleo.
We've already had penalty against her, so.
This is second row last week. Blind side today. Her sister Bryony, twin sister, is also in the Red Roses. She's a loose forward, has been converted to a front rower. So many players. I mean, Sarah Burns another one, but Shauna Brown selected as a prop on the bench today. She's usually a back rower for a club. It is Sarah Hunter. She's a number 8 and a number 8 only. Daly McLean decides to switch the play to Scarrett. Scarrett along with Jess Breach and Natasha Hunt, one of those 3 players that
came back
from the Sevens program.
Hold England! Wingers on.
Here's Boujar. He's had a couple of problems under the high ball today. Fields that one off the bounce quite nicely. Here's Caroline Boujar. Got past the attempted tackle of Poppy Cleo. Bourdon to Ermay. Leach just coming into that ruck there, but Romain Ménager makes some good yards. Here's Ermay again. Plenty of touches for the France captain, and here's a chance down the near side for Jason. Bourdon. Thomas to Ima. Vernier spills it. Heavy tackle from Hunter. Vernier still on the floor, just gets up. Big spot tackle from the England captain. Scarrett sees the space in behind. She's been levelled as well. It's physical stuff out there. Here's Bourdon. Lovely rugby player is Bourdon. Over the top to Nourier. Ima. Good tackle from O'Donnell that time. England have it once more. Can they catch France on the counter-attack? Another big tackle coming in. Physical stuff, as you'd expect from the top 2 teams in the Women's Six Nations. Potential decider here already in round 2 of this year's tournament. Leach. Tatiana Hurd. McKenna and Hunter make sure England win the ball. Here's Abby Scott again. Daly McLean goes deep with Scarrett in the pocket. That's a high kick. They're going to let it bounce. Plenty of time, but it hasn't bounced kindly. Bourdon has it to Boujar. Boujar is quick if she can get away. Ima running down the far side, and a ball and all tackle from Emily Scarrett once more. Big defence coming in from both teams.
So huge important hit in here, like she's just getting round Jess Breach, and then Emily Scarrett steps in and she goes for that lovely quite high hit into the chest kind of height to really push her off guard to get her in there.
It's a second row, she's nailed there.
Yeah, that's a big shot.
Off blue.
Loose ball for France. Here's Ndiaye. Vernier slightly surprised to receive that pass, but does well. Bourdon quickly off the base, but bounces across to Boujar. Advantage for France here. Haven't spent all that much time in the England half in this game. Down by 12. They'll come back to the penalty.
We'll come back for a high tackle. Give me the mark, Nikki.
France really trying to get it wide here, aren't they?
Bit more, mate. Good there.
High tackle.
Okay, it's a penalty for high tackle, so needing to bring the height down there a little bit.
So an opportunity here for Caroline Boujard. A kick to the sideline. And it hasn't made it. Sarah McKenna well positioned. Here comes the England fullback.
Stay there, Fife, stay.
She's come very close to scoring on 2 occasions already in this match. Bailey McLean with a kick. Marie offloads nicely to Imar. She's been active, but look at Emily Scarrett holding her up in the tackle. Finally finds the floor. Hermé, how's that for a hit? That was Cornborough. The Harlequin with an absolutely smoking tackle for the Red Roses. Ménager.
Tackle!
Boyer. Pick and go now from Safi Ndiaye. Bourdon.
It's against White, so.
Vernier. Inch by inch. France getting closer. Need to hold on to the ball. And it's gone forward just when they didn't want the error. Building the phases. And they hand it back to England.
Yeah, the line speed is just relentless from England. They just keep coming up.
The tackle you've asked me to look at from number 1 White, okay?
Yeah, so we're just going to check the high tackle by 1 White, okay?
Cornborough. They're going to check it for height.
Yeah, initially huge hit, but actually has her shoulder just hit the face there. If so, she could be in trouble here. She's got the time and stuck down. It's just where her shoulder hits. But I mean, it's a huge impact. We were cheering with the live play, thinking that it was a huge hit.
Yeah, if the arm or shoulder has made contact there.
Yeah, it's just where the shoulder hits. It almost needs the other angle that we can see it. It's the right shoulder.
Okay, Tim, I'll see where tell you what I'm seeing here.
Yep.
I've got number 1 White, who clearly makes contact with shoulder to head with force.
Okay.
Okay. However, number 6 Blue is falling into contact at the last minute. Okay.
Yeah. So we're just looking at a penalty then, since she's falling down. Is that correct?
Given the contact with the head, I would say that it's a yellow card.
Okay then.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got a high tackle against 1 White.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just give me the mark in.
Just inside the 10-metre line. Okay.
Number 1. 1 White. 1 White. And Sarah. So we've got foul play. Got high tackle with force. Okay. Mitigating offence was she was falling, but we're looking at a yellow card. Okay.
So Vicky Cornborough will head to the sin bin. A yellow card for the loose head prop, and in a way she's perhaps a bit lucky, given that the player, as the television match official Ian Davis said, the ball carrier was falling right at the last minute.
Yeah, because otherwise they would be looking at red there. So I think the fact that 6 has dropped down slightly has meant that she's got away with kind of a yellow. But it's those, I think, good refereeing there to discuss that and actually come up with the right result.
So very well handled by the officials. Very clear. Vicky Cornborough will sit out for 10 minutes. Can France take advantage of this one-woman advantage here?
Okay, White. England, we're over here. Over, England. You stay there.
Caroline Thomas throws to the line-out. It's been taken by Hermé, the captain.
Trench there.
And here's the line-out drive. They had some success with this part of the game earlier on in the half. Poppy Cleal's in there holding onto the ball. The England blindside, it's gone to deck and they've held up the ball. It has collapsed and it'll be an England scrum. Just what you want from your forwards. Down to 7 up front with the sin bin. And then they come up with a play like that.
We've got time off.
Yeah, it's so important. And actually, if I was France, I probably wouldn't have kicked for that line out. I'd have caught the scrum. It would force then England to have to make a change because they've just had the prop for the yellow card. So yeah, possibly missed a trick there.
And that's the second time in the match that England have been able to do that to the driving maul. Here comes Hannah Botterman, the 19-year-old. They'll have to sacrifice a player, and it'll be Poppy Leach who'll go off temporarily while Botterman comes on for the scrum.
Time on.
Botterman's pretty much another back row anyway, isn't she, with the way that she runs and hits, so adds something there.
Well, she used to be a centre, Hannah Botterman, growing up.
That's a scary looking centre.
Watch out for her. The number 17. If she gets the ball in space, on the loose head side here for England. Riley at the back. Scarrett puts her hand up with the ball carry. Hard and straight from the England centre. Riley back to Daly McLean.
Hold right! 5, hold. Thank you.
Ball stays in field. Here's Boujar. Boujar steps off that right foot. Slightly high arm in the tackle
First
there.
girl there, first girl.
Turnover England, here is Cleal. Botterman shifts it across to Scarrett, decides to kick through for Kelly Smith. All the pace in the world, sits up for Smith. Kelly Smith in for England. Her 5th try in Test rugby.
Let's go.
That's how you deal with a player in the sin bin. Turnover, a forwards play, and then you move it all the way across and you end up with a try scored with a player down. That will be so much momentum boost for those England girls, and it's going to be really hard for the French women just to not get their head down here. Poppy Cleal does really well to get this ball out here, and then not just that, but you've got forwards here, you've got the back row, you've got a prop that are just passing that ball, then don't just chuck it up, and then a lovely weighted kick from Emily Scarrett, which Kelly Smith with ease just gathers, goes across and scores.
What a beautiful sight that is. Kelly Smith in full flow. Wonderful kick through from Scarrett, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, the vision, the look up that actually Kelly's covered defensively, so actually with Emily putting a lovely boot across, keeping it bouncing, and then it's just, yeah, winger's dream try again.
Daly McLean for a much more adjacent angle, straight through the middle. 19-0 England. Final few minutes of this first half.
They've just been, the last kind of 5 minutes of England, they've just been a kind of a different kind of team, just absolutely relentless, attack, defence, everything. They've just really kind of coming together, and they are trusting themselves to get it wide, but I think the fact that Cleal and Botterman have the confidence to pass that ball out, it just shows.
England replacements loving that. Natasha Hunt on the sideline next to Amy Cockayne. I enjoyed that one. Hunter.
4 offside.
Scarrett.
We'll play through.
The kicking options for England with Daly McLean and Scarrett. Ménager running it back for France. Romain Ménager, that's a brave tackle though from Leanne Riley. Right round the bootlaces. England have turned it over again. Cleal. Double clutch. Over the top for Smith. Just a little too flat.
Like the idea, we'd spotted it, they'd seen that it's on wide, launched it, but yeah, Kelly's fast, but possibly not flying onto that one from Poppy Cleal.
Turnovers, isn't it? It's killing France at the moment.
It's not just the turnovers, but then just how they react to them. England aren't just turning over and carrying, they're going, right, let's get this away, let's move it away from where the French were, because they're deep, because they were set for attack, and then you can really target those areas.
Time's off. Have a drink. Time's off. Time's off.
England player injured in back plate. I think it's Leanne Riley, scrum half.
possibly on that tackle, the brave tackle attempt that she put on Menage, because that was a huge run. And Leanne Small, but she just went low, really went for that soak-up tackle.
Yeah, it was brave, wasn't it? Menage had a steam up.
Yeah, and it's just that mindset that you've got to respect from a player who's can see someone running that hard at them.
So put France on the line.
Talented sports person, Leanne Riley.
Blue on the line.
Anyone who keeps Natasha Hunt on the replacements bench has got to be handy. Thomas, front of the line out to Hermé. Decides that
1-17!
Burst through. Imar, Vanier, Menage. Can't get past Scarrett. They've coughed it up again. Here come England. It's Hurd. Smith's found herself on that side, but that was Jess Breach running into contact. Smith will take a place back out here on the left wing. Menage holding up the maul this time, so can France
use it once.
Find a scrum here. England need to try and smuggle this back, but they won't. So it'll be a French put in.
The momentum here, just all with England, isn't it? They're just really taking their chances, and they are not scared to get it wide. Jess Breach carrying, doing really well to stay away from the touchline as well, so they can keep building those phases. But France doing well to defend that there and rewarded with the scrum.
Hannah Bottoman, there she is on the left side, number 17. She went on a big 40-metre run here at Castle Park when England beat Canada back in the autumn.
Bind! Sit!
Good scrum for France this. Menage controls it at the
back.
Now,
France!
Bourdon, Imar.
Play on, play!
Misses out Menage, it's fallen into the hands of Emily Scarrett.
Nine, release!
Bourdon has to let go because Emily Scarrett's got her knees on the floor. Pass over the head of Daly McLean. She does well actually to hold on to it.
In the tackle.
Against.
There's Jess Breach.
Playing advantage, knock on.
Spectacular score to get England's try scoring started here. Here's Hannah Bottoman up to the halfway line.
Ball's available.
Volume just raised a little there when Hannah Bottoman got her hands on the ball. Lovely offload from Abby Scott. Poppy Cleal wriggling on the floor to make sure she can get the ball back on her side. Hurd to Scarrett. Scarrett still going. Emily Scarrett. Finally brought down by Celine Ferrer. Kath O'Donnell from the Loughborough Lightning, and a Loughborough teammate Hunter make sure they win it back. Here's Lark Davis.
Penalty
very
advantage.
Efficient stuff this from the Red Roses. Daly McLean to McKenna with another beautiful line. Sarah McKenna, she's got support. It's Jess Breach. Breach has a brace for England.
And that's that lady, Sarah McKenna, again, just dancing through. Got two hands on the ball, but she just looks like she has all the time in the world on the ball. And then Jess Breach again doing exactly what she does best and finishing and getting another try to her name for her ridiculous record already. Here it is. Okay, so the pressure's on. Emily Scarrett, of course, the lady to get in the way, get that ball back, fight for it. And then great hands out here.
Good call, House.
Daly McLean looks up, finds McKenna. Look at that, just dancing through, batting the French players off. And that footwork and then vision to get across to finish in there, fantastic.
Bonus point try for England. Jess Breach's 14th try for England in just her 4th test. Her try scoring ratio is absolutely extraordinary. Daly McLean. Just misses the left hand upright. England dominant in South Yorkshire. 4 first half tries. Breach, Cleal, Cornborough, Breach with another. And England lead their Six Nations rivals France by 24 points to nil.
The bonus point secured. 2 tries from Jess Breach. One right over there. Becky Cleary and Kelly Smith also going over the whitewash for the Red Roses. What an incredible first half from England. Katie Foley-McLean with 2 conversions. Half-time, something special here at Castle Park. The Red Roses of England 24, France 0.
to a time-honored recipe. Words taste like it.
Yes, all the excitement of Super Rugby returns in the coming week. All the superstars down south as they get set in this big Rugby World Cup year. But all the excitement right now is in South Yorkshire at Castle Park. We've got England forwards coach Richard Blaze alongside. And mightily impressive scoreline, Richard. What's the feeling inside the changing room?
No, very buoyant. The girls are aware it's only half the job done, and we know what the French can create a bit of magic, and suddenly that 24-0 can suddenly change quite quickly. So we've got to be clinical in probably these next 10-15 minutes of the second half.
You'll be back to a full complement in a couple of minutes' time. Game plan-wise, is it exactly as you planned pre-game?
Yeah, well, we spoke about territory, and we thought we could be able to turn them and put their fullback under pressure, and then see where they go from there. So hopefully we'll see the same again second half.
Very physical test match. In the scrummaging area, there was some pressure early on from France, but that seemed to be turned around later in the first half.
Yeah, we spoke, and I think the officials spoke on the field about the Lucid walking around. So we're going to look to try and shear them off if we get the opportunity.
Get a sense of revenge is in the air, perhaps, from 12 months ago?
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's only halfway done, so I'll be happy if it stays like this by the end of the game.
Great stuff. Thank you for your time.
Welcome back to Castle Park in Doncaster, South Yorkshire. It's been a very impressive first half from the Red Roses. They've scored 4 tries against France. France, of course, the defending Grand Slam champions. But they've had a tough time of it so far, and that woman, Jess Breach, has 2 tries to her name already in this match. Kat Merchant alongside me today for this one. Kat, what can France do in this second half to try and come back in this one?
I think they need to play territory a little bit more. England have done that so well. They've put the boot to ball, they've put it in behind, put the pressure on. France are just trying to play loads and loads of phases, and that's obviously pretty tiring, especially against a relentless line speed like England have. So yeah, I think just putting it in behind them, using the wind to their advantage, and trying to get back into this game.
Pauline Bourdon gets us back underway. England down to 14 players with a yellow card to Vicky Cornborough.
Ball's available.
But still, even though they had a 1-player disadvantage, they still managed to come up with 2 outstanding tries to complete that first half. 24-0 they lead. Here's Emily Scarrett. Her kicking game in that first half was outstanding. Playing into the window now, England in the second half, so you might see a bit more of this. Kath O'Donnell with the carry. Here's Katie Daly-McLean, slightly deflective kick through for Léa Mourier. And here's Caroline Boujard, who had a torrid time in the first half, and she's been levelled again there by Poppy Cleal. Bourdon cut out pass. Just over a minute left on the yellow card, and here's Ménager running away for France. Cuts in field. Kelly Smith tracks back. Off. Makes a good tackle. France keep it. Bourdon. Another cut-out ball, and here they go. It's Ferrer into the 22. Good start to the second half this from France. Just what they would have been looking for. To concede 4 tries in the opening 40 minutes. You could imagine it was a perhaps disheartened dressing room at the break. But they've come out fighting here. Here's Ménager again running into an opposite number Scarrett. Bourdon. Inside ball to Safi Ndiaye. And Ndiaye will score for France. Safi Ndiaye.
And look, straight after that score, you can hear them say, go, go, go. They're like getting back to that halfway line. They've come out with a really different intensity this second half. So whatever's been said in the changing room has really took effect. They just were so much more direct. They got it slightly wider. There's a lot of talk about Romain, but then actually look at Marine here. She just absolutely goes. It's a great cover tackle by Kelly Smith, but they're just looking to get the ball wide. Great step. Back inside, and there's just no England defender to cover it there. They spotted that gap really well.
Clever from Bourdon, wasn't it? As you say, the little look and inside ball.
Yeah, just it's that vision of like looking like it's going to go one way, dummying it, and then back inside. Fantastic.
So Bourdon adds the extra 2 to her try assist. France back in the game, 24-7 they trail now, and here comes Vicky Coimbra out of the sin bin. Anna Botterman will resume her place on the sideline. Safi Ndiaye. She's from Castres originally. She plays a rugby for Montpellier now, but originally from Castres. She says there's 2 things you do if you're from Castres. You join the army or you play rugby. Well, she's pretty good at rugby, isn't she?
Yeah, she picked the right one.
Take him back.
Mourier. Up to the 22. That will give France a huge amount of encouragement. Ndiaye, who had been quiet in this match, coming up with the try. Replacement Yana Revaud-Alain is out there for France. Kelly Smith offloads to Tatiana Hurd, so France turning the ball over. Here's Davis, the hooker. Riley goes digging. Daly McLean. Cleal.
Last France!
Daly McLean again. McKenna. We've seen her cut some brilliant lines already this afternoon. England still have it. Inside ball to Kath O'Donnell. Riley looking to go the same way. She does so. Poppy Cleal. Important tackle made. Hunter now. Latching on Kath O'Donnell, the 2 Loughborough teammates. Coimbra. She should be full of energy, having just sat down for 10 minutes in the sin bin. Couple of metres out, England. Here they go, looking for their 5th. It's Poppy Cleal with a 2nd try for England.
And that's exactly the reaction that you want, to come straight back out against the French try early on. And yeah, Poppy Cleal, she just gets everywhere. There's almost no one you'd rather get the ball to when you're kind of 5 metres out. She just knows exactly how to find that try line. She was one of my ones to watch before the Six Nations, actually. So yeah, I'm glad she's doing this. But Kelly Smith, that offload's important. Rather than just taking the tackle, she keeps the ball alive. And then lovely carry here again from Poppy. And a nice quick hands, and just cut off there. But again, McKenna just appearing off the shoulder of Katie McLean. They just, Katie Daly McLean, they just appear and work together so well.
That one bounced straight off the post. Poppy Cleal, as you say, the amount of intervention she has in this match, the amount of touches, carries, tackles, she's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, and do you know who's really important to help her do that? Cathy O'Donnell, because she does all those horrid carries. You know, she's doing all the dog work and things like that, which allows the players like Cleal, they're fantastic, lovely out to inline, gets her body low and just drives it down so she's not able to be held up.
6 test tries now for Poppy Cleal. Abby Scott. 29-7, the Red Roses lead France. 2 early tries in the second half. And there is the lady you were talking about, Kath O'Donnell, with a carry there. Riley comes the same way. Daly McLean. Scarrett can't quite hold on to it. Unusual error from the vastly experienced Emily Scarrett. 76th cap today, World Cup winner, 434 test points. What hasn't she done?
Not a lot. Not a lot. And she's controlled the game so well today. I mean, I've already spoken about Katie and Sarah McKenna linking well, but there's the link between Katie and Emily Scarrett, just huge. They seem to just know what each other's thinking, and they can just play really well off each other.
Yeah, she's come back to 15s from the 7s. Jess Breach and Sasha Hunt.
Stay 9, stay 9.
Revaud-Alain to Bourdon, who's gone to fly half. Here's Pauline Bourdon heading for the house. She's under the posts. Pauline Bourdon, take a bow.
Player of the match last week, wasn't she? And then today, I mean, she's just got that secondary gas. Like, she kind of goes those gears and she just keeps on going through. But what a spot. Great spot from Bourdon there. Okay, so good pass across, and then she just head down. Again, it's that dummy. It's that ability to be able to look like it's going wide, fool the English defence, and then go across. And yeah, they've absolutely bought it there, and then just head down and go. No one's going to catch her from there.
She will attempt to convert her own try from right in front as the sun pokes its eye out here in South Yorkshire. Yep. No problem.
Is he off?
Just going to check that conversion for you. Score remains at 29-12.
France replacement, number 19, Audrey Fulani, replacing number 7, Celine Ferrer.
So she has missed the conversion. The score remains 29-12.
Okay, and we spoke about kind of how France could kind of get themselves out a little bit, and actually they have just decided to kick that out, which is good. They can reset. She'd have wanted slightly more distance on it, but at least they can kind of settle.
Goal kicking was a big problem in their opening game, France. Camille Mar has gone off, kicked just 3 from 10 in their bonus point win against Wales. So Pauline Bourdon able to grab the extra 2 there. Well, one at the line out for England is Poppy Clear again. Bouncing off would-be tacklers almost at will. Kath O'Donnell making yards as this French team start to tire. They had to do a lot of defending. Around the back to Hurd, Tatjana Hurd. Tries to shove it across to Kelly Smith.
Vantage knock on in the tackle.
England still have it. Hunter. Player coach at the Loughborough Lightning and the Tyrrell's Premier 15s. Leanne Riley's away. Inside the fullback, Riley just brought down. And there's the score for England. It's Katie Daly-McLean.
Forward.
Referee's just going to check this one.
Oh no, he's not checking it, no try. So
okay, ball's gone forward.
Yeah, lovely line break from Leanne Riley there. She's you know, copying Bourdon with a bit of a line break, and then here she goes round. Again, that dummy is so key. Good handoff. Goes down, and then just this offload. Oh, okay, Katie just spills it. Okay, we didn't see that from this angle, but yeah, just spills it over the line.
Looked like a try from here anyway.
Yeah, I was cheering. Yeah, like,
gotta go straight. You can't come straight.
Remains 29-12.
On the phone.
It's a big scrum from France there. They'll release a bit of pressure here. Hasn't found touch. Smith hands it off to McKenna, to Riley, to Leach. Poppy Leach, a lot of talk about her selection this week. The only non-professional side in this England side, but she has been very composed on this big stage here in the Women's Six Nations. Hunter. Sarah Byrne. Thinks about the pass, holds on. Riley wants it quick to McKenna. There is Leach again. Flung to the floor by Marine Ménager. Pass slightly behind Sarah Hunter there, but so powerful, still makes yards. Trying to get it away to Sarah Byrne. There's a knock on, and that'll be a France scrum. No penalty indeed.
It was knock on, and then you played it.
They'll look to go quickly. Bourdon. Try score. For England back 10 there.
Roll White!
Revo Alain. Replacement. Audrey Fulani. 27-year-old. Vastly experienced player.
6 White taking the girl off the ball. Number 6.
Poppy gave the initial penalty away when it was initially a knock-on, and then on the floor she played it, and then she's got caught there. So kind of need to rein it in a little bit from an England perspective, like be slightly more disciplined, because you're just giving France possession. Yeah, there we go. So like it's an incident, it's a bit of a nothing incident, but just isn't needed at all. It's just not needed in there.
She almost did it despite herself, didn't she, Poppy Quinn?
Yeah, yeah.
Two knock-ons, first by Blue.
Smith has it. There's a couple of knock-ons.
Two knock-ons, first by Blue, second by White.
We were speaking about the kicking earlier, the French, and that's one of the reasons that they're going to quick tap penalties is one, to try and catch England off guard, but also missing the penalty kick to touch is just so costly, because it just means that obviously pressure, you just keeps mounting and mounting, whereas actually the ability to be able to just put it out, reset, is just huge.
Make sure you stay
been a dominant performance from England. 80 carries in the match. France have actually made more of them, and more meters made, but the only numbers that count on that page is the one on the top left. That's England 29, France 12, those 4 first half tries.
Well, France are carrying a lot because they're just playing so many phases, but they're not going anywhere, whereas when England are carrying, they're big dominant carries and they're breaking through.
You balance. Space.
Perhaps the stat that counts most of all is turnovers today, and so far it's 9-3 in England's favour. They've absolutely bossed the breakdown, haven't they?
Yeah, they've really taken advantage of kind of getting in there, pushing them off their ball. Sometimes France ice, which just means leave the breakdown, and they've managed to pounce in and steal the ball.
But as Richard plays, the forwards coach for England was saying at half-time,
sit.
Ran over at 24-0. You've got to focus. And at 29-12, France will fancy their chances here. Hurd runs into contact. Daly McLean for Scarrett. Good tackle from Vernier. Riley so quick off the base. To her fly half. McKenna tries to wrestle through the tackle of Ndiaye, but there are rapids and then there are rivers, and the big second rower rips it off McKenna.
Stay White, stay.
Bourdon can't get away from Sarah Byrne. Bourdon is lively. If things are going to happen, it's no doubt going to go through her channel, and there's a penalty to England on the floor. Great work from the tight head prop Sarah Byrne there.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bourdon, but there I don't see what she was seeing. Why didn't she just get that ball out wide when you've got Sarah Byrne in front of you, who's going to end you? Like, you kind of just need to move that ball. But again, it's that breakdown, this key area in the breakdown here. Get hit, they're rolling back, and just the work forces her to play it on the floor, and Sarah Byrne's been key into that.
White 6, sub. Bring them on. Number 1, number 6, sub.
Changes for England. Hannah Bottoman will come back on. We saw her when she subbed on for the yellow card a little earlier. And it's Sarah Beckett who's out there as well to win her 3rd cap for England. Made her debut against the USA in the autumn. We saw her brother Charlie last weekend playing for the Jersey Reds against London Irish in the Greene King IPA Championship. Talented rugby family.
Definitely.
Good line-out take from Leach at the back. Here's Scarrett, inside ball to Jess Breach.
Number 9.
Hunting down a hat-trick here at Castle Park. Advantage England.
Release line. High tackle.
Riley. Inside to Hunter. Riley again. Daly McLean decides to kick high. It's been knocked down by Murier, dangerously, but they'll go back.
Come back for the high tackle against 9 Blue.
Team, back to me for you, Mark.
Murier trying to knock the ball down there to a fullback.
Good, mate.
Caroline Boujard, I'm not sure She'll be
Number
thinking
9,
of
round
that
the
kind
head.
of stuff.
So high tackle creeping up there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, sub. And 13.
France preparing to
Number
make some more
13.
substitutions. They're going to change the whole front row.
Number 13,
Yep,
sub.
here they go. So it'll be Agatha Souchard, Dia Melis Traore and Sabine Argagnon will come on.
13.
And also Lauriane Lissard. Centre replacement coming on from
Number
Marine
13,
Ménager in midfield.
Yeah, 13. Yeah.
France replacements.
Always a difficult place to make subs here when you're 5 metres from your try line. There's a lot of pressure on those subs coming on. As a coach, I always try and do it when you're outside the 22, but yeah, maybe it was planned at a certain time.
So England line out 5 metres out. Abby Scott wins it in the middle. It's been sacked early. Can England reload here?
She's fine.
It's Riley trying to rip it clear.
No, run.
Well held on though by the France captain Hermé.
4 onside.
England still have it. There's Bottoman at the back. She picks and goes with Abby Scott in the engine room. Kath O'Donnell helping out as well. Jess Breach all the way over here on the near side. On 2 tries, looking for 3. But the forwards taking control at the moment for England. Lark Davis there, she picks and goes as well. Edging closer, a metre out the Red Roses.
Back foot, push!
Binding up in advance here. Here's Abby Scott. Abby Scott almost there. Here's Bottoman, Hannah Bottoman. Bottoman's over. Try awarded. But didn't the crowd here at Doncaster love that one?
And that's exactly what you want to do when you come on as a sub, to go across like that. And that's a good finish because the French defence, Hermé in there as well, like they are good defenders, they are low, they are set, so that's a great try. Interesting to hear the referee talking to Leanne Riley there, saying stop appealing for things, because you can hear her, she's very vocal, and actually refs had enough of it, and fair play to say it.
Taylor McLean adds the extra 2. So 36-12 now as we approach 3/4 time. Hannah Bottoman, her second try in Test rugby.
Here it is, so good pick. She's got players behind her leeching her through that contact, but she's got to really drive down to get that ball, which she does really well. She, again, all about dropping that shoulder down so you can make sure you're pushing the ball.
Sarah Beckett driving her over there. The way they bind up and latch on before they pick and go, it's so difficult to stop that momentum. Amy Cockayne off the bench for England. Lovely hands from Scarrett to Breach. Little stutter step. Ball still in field, no flags up.
Breach did really well there initially to really keep away. Oh yeah, excellent. So it's an England ball. So Breach did do well. When you're being tackled by 2 players only a metre away from the touchline, she's done like her strength to spin in and go across. So I think she actually let go of the ball, which meant that France were the ones responsible for taking it out.
Natasha Hunt's off the bench for England as well to win her 43rd cap. World Cup winning teammate of yours cap from 2014. Here she is.
She'll bring the tempo up as well.
Tatiana Hurd. Physical run in midfield. Quickly off the 4 from Hunt. Here's McKenna again. She had Smith outside her. Important tackle made, ball and all. We'll knock on the floor there, so it'll be a French scrum.
Yeah, bring her on. Blue 15, sub.
McKenna doesn't look too happy with that, does she? Like she's done a good run there, but it's just gone forward onto the ground. I'm excited to see what Natasha Hunt can bring. She's just such an instinctive player, and she'll be looking to speed things up at an already high pace. So yeah, one to watch definitely.
And this is the halfback pairing. Hunt and Daly McLean that started that World Cup final in 2014 and 2017. We know each other very well, these two, don't we?
She's not part of the story.
She's not part of the story. Tatiana Hurd, back on her feet.
Crouch! Bind!
Casey Daly McLean passed through the 500 barrier with her first conversion here this afternoon. Here's Bourdon, offloads to Jason. Here's the replacement hooker, Agatha Souchard.
Advantage, offside.
Bourdon decides to kick this time, uses this breeze that's at her back, but
all offside, no advantage.
Go back for the offside penalty. Line speed, a little too keen there from England.
Yeah, too keen, because when you're a team with great line speed, you just give yourself that extra half a metre because it doesn't matter, because you're going to fly up anyway. So you're trying to gain an inch, whereas actually it's just not worth it.
Team ball, there's 2 balls, mate.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
So Bourdon will kick again, finds touch.
Thanks, Hans. Offside. England, come over.
Scrum half, now fly half. She is so important.
And that shows how versatile you can be. Playing 9 and 10, they're very different positions, so a lot of skill.
So France line out, but it's been turned over by Abby Scott. Bursting clear is Bottoman. Crowd favourite wherever she goes. Daly McLean, Sarah Byrne, she likes a carry too. Hunt to Daly McLean, long pass to McKenna, another one over the top in the direction of Jess Breach. Bounces cleanly into her hands, Breach past one, past another, inside ball, Natasha Hunt. Excellent tackle made by Dorian Constanti. Beckett.
Ripped.
It's been ripped clear by France. Every time Jess Breach comes near the rugby ball, something seems to happen. But France have it. Reboalin. That scrum half is Bourdon. They're going to play out here, France. But it's dangerous. Wrestling through the tackle is Murier.
Hands up,
to a 5-metre line, still not out of danger here though. Bourdon decides to sneak through the ruck, but has she knocked that on? Yes, she has.
Sarah?
Exciting things there though, wasn't it? You think once we're going to score one side. A lot of girls you can see in the background stretching their calves, things like that, so I think a bit of cramp coming in possibly, which just shows how high tempo this game has been.
Yep, bring her on. Time off,
Sarah Byrne there, getting some treatment.
What number?
We saw Kelly Smith and Melanie Scarrett just off camera there, stretching out the calf muscles. Tatiana Hurd's doing it now as well, so maybe this is a thing they do.
I think there's just been such high tempo in their sprinting, and this from Jess Breach. Look, she dances on that touchline. She's not bothered that she's literally millimetres away from it, and then she spots Natasha Hunt, offloads back inside, and Natasha Hunt does really well to be in support. And then just stripped here, and then France really good just going for the attack.
So Sarah Burns headed towards the sideline. She's been replaced by Shauna Brown, wearing 18, a Harlequins player, a converted front rower. Takes her place on the tight head side for the Red Roses.
Yeah, if I can, it's not.
Crouch! Bind! 6!
Collapses early. So this England front row now. Hannah Bottoman, Amy Cocaine, and Shauna Brun.
Get your binds up, girl. Bind.
They haven't lost any size, physicality up front, the Red Roses.
Two converted props as well together, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, Amy Cocaine's playing hooker. She came on at flanker last week. She's very versatile as well. Hunter has it.
Playing advantage.
Well reacting was Romain Ménager.
Stick them up, Holes.
Daley McLean. Out the back to Breach. Good tackle from Vanier. Leach. Natasha Hunt goes the same way. Offloads to Abby Scott. Scored a cracking runaway try against the USA last autumn. Here comes Leach again. What a great story it would be if she scored a try. Kath O'Donnell now. O'Donnell's over.
I'm really pleased for O'Donnell there because she has been everywhere today. She's most breakdowns, nearly every ruck, and then again that body height just so low down. So really, really pleased for her. Great try.
Well, the big England forwards have really stood up here this afternoon. And Kath O'Donnell has been an absolute workhorse, and didn't she deserve that one?
I just think France can't cope with the physicality that the England team has just brought. So a good carry here from Jess Breach, does well to keep the ball after being double tackled, and then it's nice hands again. And yeah, Poppy Leach does really well here, keeps the ball, does the roll, and then Natasha Hunt with a nice little lift. She's always looking for those lift lines. And then yeah, Kath O'Donnell's gone, do you know what, Poppy, you've got two, I'm going to get one here and get myself on the scoreboard.
Well, there's been so much talk, hasn't there, about the professional full-time contracts coming back to the Red Roses, Kat, and this England team seem to be finishing really, really strong here. How much is the strength and conditioning difference that they can achieve compared to part-time pros like France?
Yeah, strength and conditioning wise, I think it can be huge, because actually one of the things that it does mean is recovery. And I know you might think that might not be the biggest thing, but actually being able to recover and actually then just to be able to go again, and you can see the fitness of this team is just huge, and they just keep going and going again.
Abby Scott fields the restart. Kumba Diallo's come off the bench for France as well. Amy Cockayne. Ripped clear by Daley McLean. Here's Zoe Harrison. Saracens fly half with a deep kick, well fielded by Constanti. She's a police officer by trade. Ménager. Hands off Sarah Beckett, but a good tackle from Daley McLean.
Push.
France still working for every inch here. Big tackle coming in from Shauna Brown. And then she gets up and counter-rucks and wins it for England. Excellent couple of interventions from Brown there. Kick over the top. Here's Constanti. Has a little look over her shoulder. McKenna's on her case. Good run out here from Dorian Constanti. Scored a 95-metre classic against Wales last week. There's an injury in back play to Agatha Suchard, the replacement hooker. She looks in some distress.
Okay, leave it 8, leave it 8.
Bourdon. Finds touch over the head of Kelly Smith.
Constantine did well there, didn't she? Because you thought initially you should never let it bounce, and but then if you're going to do that, then actually to pick it up and pretty much run to nearly get out your own 22. So she did well there.
Replacing number 8, Sarah Hunter.
So Sarah Hunter, the England captain, has headed to the subs bench. Bit of concern here for the replacement French hooker Suchard.
She's coming off.
So Katie Daley McLean will be captain now for England, with Hunter going to the sideline.
10. You captain now? Yeah.
So there is Sarah Hunter.
She's coming off, girls.
Takes her place. Another very impressive performance from the England skipper. When doesn't she step up on the big occasions?
Sarah Hunt is so important in leading the team, and just she leads by example, definitely.
So Suchard has gone off, so Caroline Thomas will come back on at hooker for France. Line out take from Scott. Cockayne around the corner to Beckett. Daly McLean. Harrison cleverly avoids the tackler shooting out of the line for France, but English players leaving their feet, so France get the penalty. Here's Bourdon. Melis Traoré, and that's been knocked on. Another error from France and a penalty for England.
Knock on, then offside.
I think that just kind of sums up France's day, doesn't it? They're trying to create tempo, they quick tap, they go on the penalty, and then they're just forcing that extra little bit, knock on, and then not even that, but the person's in front who then touches it, so it just kind of all unravels for them. So there it is, the knock on, and that's just instinct. It's an instinct to dive on the ball. It's a penalty that sometimes I think shouldn't be one, just because as a player you're always going to try and get that ball.
Girls, get back.
England disrupting the line-up. Here's Natasha Hunt to Abby Scott.
Tackle 19.
Hunt decides to work the short side. McKenna to Bottoman. Hannah Bottoman stepping through a tackle. Here's Brown. Hunt. Daly McLean inside to Scarrett. A little inside loop play. It's gone forward in the tackle. Rowena Burnfield though secures it for England. Knock on not given. Daly McLean on the floor there. So Zoe Harrison, she's adept to doing, steps in a fly half, but they've gone the other way through McKenna to Scarrett. Good tackle from Ménager. Ménager's had to do a huge amount of tackling this afternoon. They've won the ball back, France.
Number 14,
still 10 minutes to go here, 41-12. England already hit with the try bonus by half-time. France came back at the start of this second half, didn't they?
Yeah, they had real intensity when they came in from half-time, but it just kind of seemed to fizzle. And I think that's been key moments of momentum when they've been kind of front foot and they think they're getting somewhere. Somehow England then turn them over, or they just pin them back behind where they've come from, and that's just been key, I think.
Emily Scarrett, a pretty bad hamstring tear on the Sevens tour.
Inside.
It's good to see her still deep into this match. Still out there. Ménager can't get past Sarah Beckett. Inside pass to Diallo. And Diallo hands it off to Folani. Speaking of superstitions, apparently she always puts her left sock on first.
Okay.
As you do.
Ball's there.
Bourdon. Lissard to Constanti. Dorian Constanti certainly added something since she's come on. Bourdon again. Little show and go. Offloads, gets it away to her captain, Aramay. Good passage of play this for France, and they got the penalty. They'll go quickly. Numbers on the near side, it's Lissard.
Not on the ball.
Bourdon again to Vernier. Tackle from Scott and Brown in tandem. Bourdon shifts it quickly to Ménager. Sarah Beckett with a potentially late hit on the French fly half as well. Safi Ndiaye now, already a try in this second half for France. Aramay thinks about sending it wide, but holds on.
Onside, White.
Rivaux along. Scrum half. Interfered with another penalty for France. England have to be a little careful here. Here is a double whistle from the referee.
Go Timo.
I think they might be going to have a look back at the Sarah Beckett tackle on Pauline Bourdon.
We're just having a look at it now for you.
That did appear late. Just having a look at it here. She's kind of committed to the tackle. I feel that's maybe it's whether, I guess it's had a head contact in there, but it doesn't look like there's much in it initially. She almost looks like she'd struggle to pull out from that position.
It's almost tete-a-tete here, isn't it? I don't think Sarah Beckett.
Tim, for me, it's simply a late hit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's clumsy more than anything else.
That's what I agree.
Yeah. Okay, clumsy. Made worse, I think, by Bourdon.
We've got the penalty there for the late hit, or here. Okay, this way. It's just late, okay, it's penalty advantage. Then we had offside, okay, so they've selected this one.
So no sanction for Beckett, but there is a penalty for offside. So here come France again. Bourdon shaking that collision off. Ménager. Cut out pass to Argagnon.
Tackle!
Brown the defender. Here's Bourdon again. Back inside to Melis Traoré. Working the short side now. Ménager again. She'll sleep well tonight. She's been tireless for France as their number 8.
Tackle, release!
Ndiaye. Maybe Scott just on the wrong side there, needs to roll away. They have the penalty, and it could be worse for England.
Okay. That's 3 in a row, okay? That's not rolling. Okay,
yeah, that's the warning.
Yep.
Yeah, lucky to have a warning there, I feel, because actually in this area, possibly could start to look a little bit cynical, and ref could have easily gone to his pocket there, I think.
Ménager again. Offloads out the back.
First girl there, there's the ball there.
No knock on, says the referee. We play on. Ndiaye. Safi Ndiaye, so powerful. Just a few metres out now. Inside ball.
Okay, have got a number, please.
Diallo, just short. Riveau-Alain goes digging. Lofted pass.
22.
England offside again.
22.
They've had the warning. And Zoe Harrison will head to the sin bin. Bourdon wants to go quickly here.
Where you are.
Yeah, they've been warned numerous times, so I think then to come offside, repeat infringement. So she's took one for the team there. Next one goes.
So England down to 14 for the second time in the match. Here's Ndiaye.
Release.
Runs into Daly McLean.
No, 18.
The standing skipper stands up. Here's Folani.
Short release.
Audrey Folani. Bourdon. Pauline Bourdon reaches out. Has she got there? Or has Katie Taylor McLean held her up?
Timo.
Yeah, this is going to be a close one in here.
I got you, Tim.
Whether she hits the line or
an
not.
on-field decision to try. Just seeing if she got it on the line. Please.
Okay, on-field decision. Try, check in that she got on the line, correct?
Or did Katie just sneak under there? We'll have a look here. So Bourdon, fantastic. Real good drive to get there. She goes for her placement, which she's totally allowed to do. And then I think that's touched the line just before Katie gets underneath it. For me, I think that's on the line.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, got nothing compelling to overrule your on-field decision.
So she's clearly on the line, so it's a try.
Yeah, correct.
Just like
Abby Scott with the tackle.
So there, I'm happy.
Does
Fair
that
try.
touch the white stuff? Well, on-field decision was try. They stay with it. Bourdon with a second for France here. Adds the extra 2 there.
And they're all running back again, trying to create that tempo to lift it. It's 41-17, but yeah, they're really trying to get something back from this game.
Well, yeah, given the amount of defending they've had to do, if they would have come away with a try bonus point, they'd be very happy with that. 3 on the board so far.
England walking back quite slowly to the line. Clever play by them.
Just under 5 minutes left in this round 2 game from the Women's Six Nations. England having been beaten by France in the penultimate round last year. That one really hurt.
Back foot, England.
And they look like a highly motivated outfit here in South Yorkshire this afternoon. But France playing right to the end. Here's Vernier. Good tackle from Shauna Brown again.
No! Advantage.
Advantage France. Melis Traore.
Number 7, side. Number 7, side entry.
Just discipline again. It's just really killing the game for England now, and they just need to trust in their defence. It's got them where they've got to so far for the 75 minutes, but now they're just panicking a little bit.
Failing to find touch, McKenna. Emily Scott with a carry, winning her 25th cap for the Red Roses today. There's Ro Burnfield winning her 49th. Scarrett again. Brought down by Lisa.
Hands are on.
Natasha Hunt calmly off to Kath O'Donnell. Slightly angled carry that time. Quick ball for England, that's what they want. Here's Botton and the pass from Hunt's just behind her, and that's gone forward.
Yeah, she just had to reach back, didn't she? Had to reach back for it, which means it ended up getting knocked on.
Okay, we're just under 4 minutes to go. Kat, it's been an impressive performance from England. Who is your Six Nations player of the match?
I think there's loads you can pick from. Someone for me who's just been absolutely outstanding today is Jess Breach. She's an absolute finisher. Got some great first try, some good running and just some link play as well. But yeah, she played fantastically today. Here's the first one, which we loved. Yeah, really good control, gone up, confident, gets that try, and then a good bounce and backs herself here. Love this one, but then not only that, but she links back inside and then supports it.
So much finishing talent available to Simon Middleton, head coach of the Red Roses, and Jess Breach staking her claim for that 14 shirt once again. Remember Lydia Thompson, shoulder injury in the autumn. She's out for the Six Nations at the moment. Abby Dow, who scored against France in the Six Nations last year in that incredible game in Grenoble. She's here as a non-playing reserve today.
Oh yeah, England have no shortage of finishing wingers. Yeah, Abby Dow has been carving up at Wasp. Lydia is just one of the out-and-out world's best at it as well. So yeah, England not going to sit with you, and it's really tough pill to swallow. But then I think they were out for more than just revenge today. They were out to absolutely outclass France, and that's what they achieved.
And we're only 2 rounds in, but you've got to say that a Grand Slam is there for the taking.
Definitely, I thought this game would be closer than it was, but yeah, England have to be confident now going. But what they can't do is get too carried away. They just have to go one game at a time now. They can't be thinking of the trophy and the Grand Slam yet, otherwise they could come unstuck.
Yeah, Wales away their next fixture to go to Ireland and put 50 points on the Ireland women, and then over 40 here against France today. There's congratulations for the captain, Sarah Hunter. She's led this team superbly once again, as she always does. The World Cup winner, Hannah Bottom, and all the subs came on, all the replacements, and they all added something. It was a bit of a nightmare for times at France with these big ball runners coming in their direction. Despite having 2 yellow cards, they still seem to handle things pretty well down to 14.
Yeah, I think scoring when you're down to 14 is always a huge reaction and response to what's happened. So I think, like you said, the subs making the impact. I think every single one of them really came on there, and it was just a real team performance.
Okay, speaking of performances, we can now speak to the player of the match. Jess Breach is with James Gemmell.
Thank you, Rupert. Jess, fantastic performance from the team and from yourself personally. A lot of hype and expectation around this one for someone so young in their career. How was the experience for you?
Yeah, definitely amazing. I mean, this is my first time up at Doncaster, and the crowd was fantastic. Like, literally, I couldn't hear anything that my centres were saying, like calls or anything. Yeah, really fantastic atmosphere.
Great noise. What about the telepathy with Katie Daly-McLean for that first try, the cross kick? Did you give her a wave? Did you give her a nod? Did you let her know you were out there?
Yeah, I mean, we had penalty advantage, and in training this week I said, oh, I'm not that confident under a high ball, like cross-field kick, and then I just thought, well, why not? And we called the move, and then yeah, just got up in the air and yeah, caught it. I mean, I was very nervous, but yeah, it paid off in the end.
You must be learning a whole lot about international rugby at the top level against a team like France. These are obviously the top two teams in Europe at the moment. What are you learning the most, and what are you enjoying the most about being part of this team?
Definitely the physicality. I mean, teams like France, and then obviously they played New Zealand in the autumns. They're really physical. I was so tired after half time, and just coming back out and trying to rebuild is definitely where we need to go. And now we've become full time. I think that's really going to help us, like get our fitness up, get our strength up. Yeah.
How much was the disappointing loss last year mentioned in the Six Nations for this team? I know not everyone was involved.
Yeah, I mean, like losing by 1 point, like in the last 5 minutes, I think it was really heartbreaking. But I definitely think we came out today and showed them what we're about and how we've, become contracted in the 1st of January. And it shows that it works, and it's going to improve our game dramatically, like year by year.
Great performance today, Jess. You're the Six Nations Player of the Match. Well done.
Thanks.
And now we've got Jess's captain, Sarah Hunter, joining us. Hello, Sarah. Many congratulations. We were just talking to Jess about it. You might know it and have it more clear in the memory. The pain of defeat a year ago. How much did that drive on today's performance?
Yeah, it certainly did. To lose a game in the last sort of minutes against France is always tough, and especially when it ends up costing you the Six Nations. And we spoke a lot about how we want to perform and how we want to come and impose ourselves on a game, and we certainly did that in the first half. We always knew France were going to come back at us, and we fell away a little bit second half, but playing France is always difficult, and to put in a performance and get that result, extremely proud of the girls today this afternoon.
What pleased you the most from a captain's perspective? When you impose a game plan that works, what aspect of that game plan was so pleasing?
I think we always knew that if we know our technical bit, we know our tactical bit, but coming out and playing that desire, who wanted that more, that mindset of going and imposing yourself, that was the bit that you can't coach. Our coaches can't do anything. As players, that's about us turning up, and do you know what? 1 of 24 girls, those girls that weren't playing here this afternoon, really showed that all the way through training and showed it from minute 1 to today.
You could sense the edge, could you, in the lead up to? Sometimes there's something special about certain games. It certainly felt that way watching on from the outside for this one.
Yeah, definitely. We're a real strong knit group here at the minute, and we're just growing in confidence and growing in that sense of togetherness. And I think someone went in, they were backed up by another player, some ball went down, everyone was there to pick your teammate and to go again, and that's what we spoke about all week, about how much can you play for your mate, how much can you do for your teammate in order to keep us going forward and to get the right result that we wanted at the end of the day.
A bonus point win at home against the defending Six Nations champions. Where does this leave your campaign now, Sarah?
Yeah, we're not going to get carried away at all. The Six Nations is a long tournament, and yesterday was very important to get this win that we needed. But we've got 3 difficult fixtures coming up, and we can't rest on our laurels. We can't switch off. We'll rest, recover, we'll refocus. We've obviously got the week break next week to regather ourselves and think about how we do put in an 80-minute performance and how we take on Wales. And that game is next. We're not thinking about what happens beyond that towards the end of the Six Nations. It's very much next game, next focus, next task.
And just quickly and finally, a message for the fans that have come out here to Castle Park in Doncaster.
It's absolutely amazing. The crowd, just the sense of feeling. We go away to France and they have all their supporters, but to be here at Castle Park, and you can sense the lift that they give you, and they raise you at the times, they get behind you, they almost urge you on. I know it's a cliche, but they're certainly the 16th man. When you hear Swing Low, Sweet Chariot going around the ground, it does really drive you on. And thank you to everyone who's come and travelled from near and far. It does make such a difference to us.
And plenty more opportunity for people to come and watch you as you travel around the UK to play the rest of your games. Sarah, many congratulations on a fine team performance today. Well done.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
Yeah, impressive as always, Sarah Hunter. A professional team and a professional performance from the Red Roses this afternoon. 41-26 it finished. Cat Merchant stood alongside. France had their moments, didn't they? But the detail, England got most of it right.
Yeah, they had possession where they needed it, but they just kind of fell short, and they weren't quite as clinical as England were at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's been a good performance from the Red Roses. They are 2 for 2 in the Six Nations. So that's all the games completed from round 2 of the Women's Six Nations. Kicks off on Friday nights, and Ireland got their first win of the tournament this year. They beat Scotland by 22 points to 5, and it was a 3-3 draw in Lecce. Italy against Wales. Jasmine Joyce thought she won it for Wales with an absolute worldie of a solo effort. It was brought back for a forward pass, so they ended up sharing the points. And as we've just seen, England beating France by 41 points to 26. So here's what it means for the table. The Red Roses, 10 points so far, in control of the tournament. A Grand Slam once again a possibility. Italy as it stands in second place. France with their bonus point here today managed to get up to 6. Ireland with that bonus point win yesterday to 5. Wales with the shared points, and Scotland with nothing so far. We're live throughout the Women's Six Nations with the Red Roses. Their remaining 3 fixtures coming your way live on Sky Sports. Super Rugby coming your way, of course. Chiefs Highlanders, 6:30 AM. Sky Sports action next Friday, followed by Brumbies Rebels. Blues Crusaders, Tars Hurricanes, Sunwolves Sharks, triple header Saturday morning. Then we'll head to the Republic, where the Bulls take on the Stormers and the Jaguares play the Lions. And as I was saying, the 3 remaining games from the Women's Six Nations. February 24, Wales, England, 12:25, Arena and Mix. Then we're at Sandy Park in Exeter, up against Italy, 11:45 on Action Mix as well for that. And then they round out their Six Nations campaign